It's really important that we have this discussion of why we are where we are, that we look at history and look at how we came to be to this place in a completely unbiased way so that we can genuinely fix all of the issues that we're having right now. Because the fact of the matter is, no matter how dire everything that we're going through is right now, all of our issues are fixable. Housing, shelter, transportation, food, security, all of these things are solvable issues. We have been made to think that they are just these big, giant issues that take time and billions of dollars to invest in. No. Humanity has been around for about 5 million years, according to our scientists. Housing, transportation, and food before colonization were basic rights that everybody was able to get for themselves, unto themselves. The only reason that changed is because of colonization, and because a group of people decided that they wanted to lord over people's access to those things. There's not enough talk right now about history, about world history. There's too much talk about monolithic ideology. The world is not now, nor has it ever been, a monolith. No group has ever been a sole monolith. That is colonialist, imperialist ideology. Everyone has been sovereign unto themselves until colonization as we know it came along and completely rewrote human history. And it isn't until we deal with that, face it, and put that history, that truth, into context of where we are now, so we can know what to do now. It's very frustrating to me that more people aren't thinking that way. I understand why, is because, especially here in the US, that's that kind of critical thinking, that kind of, intentional exploration into general knowledge and wisdom is not encouraged. So I understand why a lot of people haven't, really gotten into that conversation, but I'm bringing it to the table to say this is a conversation we need to have now. We are not a monolith, as I said before. We've never been in a monolith, and we don't need to be a monolith. No group needs to be a monolith. Everybody doesn't have to be on one accord to, make necessary change that we need to happen. We just need enough people in enough places to be doing what's necessary so that all of us can benefit. Point blank, period. Everybody doesn't have to be doing the same thing. Everybody doesn't have to be on the same page. We don't need extremism. And if there's anything that colonization has taught us, it's that right there. We do not need extremism. Extremism, in most cases, does not serve the collective or even the individual. And right now, the conversation needs to be, okay, how did we get here? What led us to this? And then beyond that, the conversation is, how can we fix it? What can we do now, knowing how we got here, knowing what circumstances put us in a situation? How can we move forward now with the tools and infrastructure that we do have in place? And especially on that part, the whole point is that there is a enormous lack of infrastructure for even just our basic needs, let alone anything beyond that. So that's really the work, is we, people, humanity, forming coalitions, forming groups, and doing that work. And the thing is like people always have been, even beyond and since colonization. Everyone wasn't colonized, and even the people that were colonized, there still have been groups of people um, who have continued to do that work of self-efficiency and self-sufficiency. And all it takes is more people getting back to that and connecting. So that's our work now, and like I said, there are many different things, many moving parts. There are many parts to a machine. There are, many parts to all different types of things. There are many different parts to the body. Everybody does not have to serve the same function. Everybody does not need to be in the same field. Everybody doesn't have to be moving at the same pace, and I'm ready to talk to the people who are on that wavelength. I'm not interested in the whole over identification with identity or culture or anything. I'm not saying that those things aren't important, identity and culture and so forth. They are, but again, extremism in anything is detrimental, more detrimental than it is helpful. We need to be proud of who we are. We need to be proud of who and what we come from. And we need to use that example to help us now, where we are, and to move forward. But again, sticking with that and staying there isn't going to help us. Using what we know, what we've come to know, where we have been, using that information to inform what we can do now and how we can move forward is the point. That's the goal. That's what we need to be doing and talking about and figuring out. We already have the blueprint. Colonization, the world as we know it and how it works, it's only been this way for max 5,000 years. And humanity, at the very least, the least that I've heard that humanity is 20, 30,000 years old. That's still pretty old. But, according to a lot of scientists, humanity is 5 million years old. So, either way, the point is what we have now is very new, very young. We are not bound to this. We are not bound to the system. We are not bound to the structure. The system loves to reiterate that and act like, oh, well, this is just the way it is. This is the way it has been. No, it hasn't. It hasn't. We've only been in the industrialization era for 500 years or so, give or take. And I'm reading this book, Guns, Germs, and Steel, and I haven't even gotten fully to the first chapter yet, but it has really hit a lot of the points that have been on my mind. A lot about the fact that what we have now, again, it's so new. And so the fact that so many people like to act like this is all we have and that this is our only way. We have very literally millions of years of history prior to what we have now and the way things are now. And the point within that is that change is constant. Change is our one guarantee, and it is our constant. And the creation of this system as a stagnant set thing completely goes against that, completely goes against nature, natural movement. Your body does not stay the same the entire time you are alive, for however long that is, however little or long that is. So to think that we need systems that don't change, that stay stagnant, that's illogical, that's unreasonable, and it's unhelpful. We have 250 years that prove that. That's my other thing. I feel like that's another main point. All that colonial history, imperialist history has proven is that it is not sustainable, it's not helpful, and is not viable for humanity to do or continue. So if you're interested in this type of line of thinking, or if you're interested in continuing this conversation, hit me. Let's talk about it, because it's really time, and this is really the only way that we're truly going to be able to fix this mess and move forward. Because in and of this system and unto the system, it's already crashing right now. We're living through the crash right now. So it makes no sense to continue abiding by a system that you see burning right before your eyes. So, food for thought.